We ain't in here. We ain't gonna play no games tonight, man. Because I'm strictly business. Strictly business. Okay? Salute to everybody out there, man. All the people out there watching. Wherever you watching from. Whoever you watching with. Wherever you watching from, whoever you watching with, man, we in the building, man. So much going on, man. So much going on. So much going on. So much going on. Where do we start? Where do we begin? Shout out to everybody, man. Where do we begin? Where do we begin? Where do we begin? Where do we begin? Salute down VA Beach. Yeah, man. We have to go down VA Beach, man. Vibe Beach. I know a lot of people from down that area, man. Went to school with a lot of people from down that area. The Nation of Men Live, yeah. Yeah, salute to you, man. Salute to you. Let's see what this dude up to, man. He looks like a rough character.
Tennessee inmate charged with the ambush killing of a corrections officer inside a prison made his first court appearance today.
Authorities say Reginald Steed stabbed Officer Dustin Pettigo several times. The officer was making solo rounds back in February at the state prison in Morgan County.
Solo rounds. That nigga killed him. That nigga is killing officers. That's crazy. Prison is no place, man. Stay free, man. Stay free.
Prison in Morgan County. A grand jury indicted the suspect in May.
That inmate is now under guard at the maximum security prison in Nashville, and 10 News reporter Alana Munit takes us inside Morgan County Court today for the arraignment.
Reginald Steed pleaded not guilty to a first-degree murder charge in the February killing at the Morgan County Correctional Complex in Wartburg. Authorities say Steed jimmied open the cell door lock, a known problem since 2013, confirmed by the Tennessee Department of Correction.
You would think within 13 years that we would have made more progress with this issue, considering the tremendous safety concern that's brought out by what happened with this stabbing death of Officer Pettigo.
District Attorney General Russell Johnson says cell lock problems were one of many red flags missed, including threats made by Steed before the attack that he intended to kill an officer after being moved to a less restrictive facility. On Thursday, DA Johnson confirmed his office is seeking the death penalty if Steed is convicted of murder.
The fact that he has at least one or more prior qualifying felony, he committed the murder while in lawful confinement, and the victim of his murder was a corrections officer. There was no real reason or purpose for the murder.
Johnson said he's receiving third-party concerns from some correctional officers in fear of retaliation.
It's what really gives me the most concern, that a state agency would not want to be transparent, would not want to be open, would not want to allow state employees to talk to their state representatives, their state senators, and also TBI agents who are just trying to get to the truth and fix things.
The grand jury is expected to meet next Tuesday behind closed doors. At the request of District Attorney Russell Johnson, TBI agents and the grand jury will look at safety conditions and circumstances that led up to the attack. Lawmakers also tell 10 News that they want to do their own review of the attack. We will continue to cover the investigation and the case against Steed. Reporting in Morgan County, I'm Alana Mutnick.
And that suspect is due back in court in early October. Family members of the prison guard tell 10 News they are pushing for the death penalty. You can read much more about this investigation at WBIR.com.
A murder-for-hire plot gone wrong still resulted in the death of a mother at her son's request.
That son from Maryland Heights pleaded guilty in federal court to ordering the hit for life insurance money. Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes was there for the evidence that was full of surprises.
40-year-old Andrew Hubbard admitted to a federal judge he hired a hitman to deliver what they called.
What the fuck?
A murder-for-hire plot gone wrong still resulted in the death of a mother at her son's request.
That son from Maryland Heights pleaded guilty in federal court to ordering the hit for life insurance money. Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes was there for the evidence that was full of surprises.
40-year-old Andrew Hubbard admitted to a federal judge he hired a hitman to deliver what they called a, quote, bad pack of crack to his mom. That meant it was laced with fentanyl. And when that did not kill her, the hitman shot her to death. And the son acknowledged repeatedly to a judge that he ordered his mother's murder for money. Hubbard's mother, 53-year-old Andrea Wortham, was found dead in an alley on Kennerly near Maffitt, July 7th, 2023.
This is white people. I guarantee you this is white people. Insurance money. Blacks don't have insurance. This is white people.
Federal investigation revealed that Wortham's son in Maryland Heights took out a $150,000 life insurance plan on her, then ordered the hit. Andrew Hubbard admitted to a federal judge that he involved other people also charged. One was his cousin, who he admitted paying $10,000 to deliver his mother fentanyl-laced crack. The cousin reportedly called to say, quote, it's done, but that it wasn't the drug that killed her. She survived that and had to be shot in her chest, arm, and face. The courtroom was tense because of other relatives there to see this guilty plea, and one of them became so upset she darted out of there suddenly as Hubbard acknowledged what he did. He'll be sentenced in September and faces possible life in prison.
Possible.
All it's going to do is dissuade people potentially from protecting their own lives when they may need it the most. And that is not a world that we can live in.
A Starbucks robbery stopped by employees who were fired because of it. We now have exclusive access to video never before seen publicly, which Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes just obtained tonight.
If you've been in St. Louis a while, you are likely familiar with this unique building near the SLU campus, but you have not seen the video we're about to show you. Robbers being stopped by two Starbucks employees who were fired because of it. It was a Sunday in December 2023, the middle of the afternoon. Michael Harris was working drive-through.
We were just going about our normal day. Two robbers walked in.
One suspect walks behind the counter and shoves a female worker to the ground.
I was scared, but also just calm at the moment because I was just like, whatever we could do to just get them out of here would be perfect.
The robbers demand money and strike Harris with a gun.
After that point, like when my vision went black, I was like, I'm about to get shot.
A customer in the drive-thru sees what's happening and reverses her car.
It was definitely a life or death situation in my eyes.
Another worker, also fired after this, saw a suspect lower his gun, so he shoved him and noticed the gun was fake.
The trigger broke off when they hit him with it. My coworker announced that it was a fake gun, like right as he got it off of them. And that's when we jumped and like started to fight them a little bit more.
But now in prison after robbery convictions. Harris says he got a call from corporate.
They said, this is Starbucks. We are terminating you effective immediately.
He hired attorney Ryan Krupp.
You have the right to self-preservation. You have the right to make sure that you and your family are not going to be physically harmed. Full stop.
Krupp says Starbucks' response could lead to a future deadly outcome.
All it's going to do is dissuade people potentially from protecting their own lives when they may need it the most. And that is not a world that we can live in.
Starbucks did not respond to our request for comment. For the Fox Files, I'm Chris Hayes.
Wow. Warming up. Warming up.
Well, terror inside a Target store. Cell phone video shows customers fighting off a man in the clothing section after police say he choked a woman in the checkout line in a seemingly random attack.
CBS LA's Joy Benedict live outside the store in Simi Valley with the Good Samaritans who jumped into action. Joy?
Yeah, guys, I mean, this is crazy video. It's a crazy story, and it's absolutely terrifying as we all go about our business shopping every day. But police say this was, in fact, random. The attacker was just released from police custody 2 days before. Heart-stopping video as a woman is attacked in a Target store.
Are you okay?
It happened Wednesday evening in Simi Valley. Within a matter of seconds, other shoppers got involved.
He was choking her.
Oh my gosh.
She was almost dead. I don't know who's that guy.
This woman came to help first, but was quickly thrown off the attacker. And that's when two men jumped in and fists started flying.
We ran over to the actual incident and we just see one lady on the guy's back and then him just choking out another lady.
Andy Garvey is in the blue shirt. He didn't hesitate to get involved.
He looked homeless. He had like the most bloodshot demon eyes I've ever seen. He was definitely on something.
Behind the camera, Garvey's 15-year-old son, who started rolling and protecting his 4-year-old sister.
Imagine someone being behind you, choking you out. And she was even saying that she was trying to scream and no one was coming over.
Police say the attacker entered the store around 6 in the evening, randomly picked out a woman and started choking her by the checkout counter. After the Good Samaritan got him off her, witnesses say he wandered to produce and attacked a 16-year-old boy, but Garvey had followed him.
And there was a 16-year-old kid that had his back turned to him and had no idea. So then he started attacking him after. The 16-year-old, and then I jumped back in it, started fighting with him again in grocery, threw him down, broke it up.
That is when police arrived. The suspect, identified as Rajion Tabor, was thrown to the ground and arrested. Police say he had been released from custody on Tuesday after being arrested back in March for indecent exposure and assaulting an officer. Thankfully, the woman originally attacked is expected to be okay.
Her family friends took her to the hospital.
As for Andy Garvey, he had just a few scratches.
I'm very proud of him.
As his son and many here are thankful no one hesitated to get involved, as they know this could have ended differently.
Because if he did not get involved in it, who knows what could have happened. Several people, including the police officer, said that the original victim could have died from being choked out if we didn't show up there in time.
Now, police tell me that that suspect was actually out on probation because of those charges from back in March. As for the victim, we're told she was taken to the hospital. She stayed overnight for observation, but is now resting at home. And as for Target, they tell me they do have security video of the incident. They have handed over police, and they are cooperating with this investigation. I'll send it back to you.
Joy, thank you.
From
From a trusted trainer to behind bars, an Irvine dog trainer convicted of killing 11 dogs and then trying to cover up the crimes. Good evening once again, everyone. I'm
Wow,
Colleen
he killed
Williams.
these
And I'm
dogs?
Annabelle Sedano.
That's a cute dog, man. Let's see. I'm not gonna watch this whole thing. I just want to see if he's black.
And from Michael Brownlee tonight, 2 of the dog owners say they're relieved to put their nightmare behind them. NBC4's Hetty Chang has that story new tonight at 6.
Marianne Berkovich shares these photos of her Pomeranian puppy, who she says was a big part of the family.
Cody was so sweet. He was energetic. He loved people. He loved us.
Almost exactly a year ago, Berkovich says she left Cody for a weeks-long training with 54-year-old Kwan Tony Chung Sit, an Irvine dog trainer who Orange County prosecutors say ran Happy Canine Academy. Berkovich says things seem to be going well at first.
I received a text message that Cody had passed away.
Sad, man. So sad, man. When you leave your dog somewhere and the dog pet passes away, that's so sad.
Top of breaking news this morning, 2 teens are now charged in the death of a Fisk University basketball player. Andre Bell was shot and killed back in January.
And this morning, police say they believe they have discovered the motive behind that deadly shooting. WSMV4's Joylyn Bukovac is live outside the Davidson County Jail with the very latest. Good morning, Joylyn.
Yeah, good morning to you. Well, after about 5 months of investigating, Metro Police say they believe jealousy was the motive behind the deadly shooting that took the life of the Fisk University basketball player, that 21-year-old Andre Bell. And right here, we have some video of those 2 people being taken into custody. So here is 18-year-old Demarion Coleman. Actually, this is 19-year-old Braden Carter and Demarion Coleman. They have both been arrested. And this is video from Metro Police of Carter being taken into custody there. And here is 18-year-old Demarion Coleman. So they are now both facing murder charges this morning. And police say Andre Bell was driving back to Fisk campus with 2 of his teammates after a gymnastics event. That's when shots were fired into their car on Interstate 65. This happened back in January. And detectives believe that the suspects followed Bell and his teammates before the shooting happened. Police say that cell phone data helped lead detectives to the arrest. So for months, Bell's loved ones have been searching for answers. And now Metro Police say that they believe they finally have the people responsible in custody this morning. Reporting live in Nashville, I'm Joylyn Bukovac, WSMV4.
Joylyn.
Jeez, listen.
This is what's left.
What do you guys think, man? Are we gonna have a safe Juneteenth weekend, or a sunny Juneteenth weekend? A safe Juneteenth weekend or a sunny Juneteenth weekend? Which do you think we'll have, man? Will sons will we honor the ancestors, man? Will we honor our ancestors, man? Will we honor the ancestors who looking down? Will we honor the ancestors, man? Hit the like button, man. Support the channel, man. Take the donation challenge. Sponsor the programming, man. We're trying to this is a very important show, man, for this weekend, man. So we can You can see how sons are going. Shout out to MC Productions. He says, listening to these stories make you numb. I just found out my neighbor who was in a Baltimore police got shot 7 times and is paralyzed from the waist down. Happened in 2019. God damn. Yeah, man. These stories do make you numb. It because it's like wow, like whatever you heard about niggas seeing these individual stories every day, it's like niggas can't help that shit, man. Like them 2 kids, they're gonna go to prison for the rest of their lives probably for shooting into some basketball player's car over a girl.
Left after a police chase that killed a 48-year-old man on 8 Mile Road. Our Eye in the Sky chopper flew over the crash scene early this morning.
Jeez, look at that car. So they were chasing some teens. The police were chasing some teens, and this 48-year-old man was an innocent bystander, got killed.
Investigators believe the teens involved may be connected to at least 15 vehicle thefts and attempted thefts reported in Warren over just the past.
Damn, nigga, how do you come to work every day, nigga? Knowing your people is causing all these problems. That nigga probably walking there like head up high, like he the shit. It'd be embarrassing, man. I wouldn't to work at a news station and see all the stories that come in every day, and ain't nothing but a bunch of niggas acting like assholes.
48 hours.
Arlene Rojas Castillo has a closer look at whether this case points to a bigger problem with juvenile crime and accountability.
A 48-year-old Detroit man is dead after police say a vehicle fleeing officers ran a red light and crashed into his car early Thursday morning. Warren police say the driver had no connection to the suspects and was simply traveling through the intersection.
A life was taken. Number 2, they're running from the police. Number 3, I hear that there may be a stolen vehicle involved.
Investigators say officers attempted to stop a Dodge Ram just before 2 a.m. after seeing multiple people inside wearing ski masks. Police say the vehicle fled, crashed, and 5 people ran from the scene. 4 teens were later taken into custody. Investigators also believe the group may be connected to at least 15 vehicle thefts or attempted thefts reported in Warren during the last 48 hours. Police say the crash happened here at the intersection of 8 Mile and Shaner. Now, as investigators work to determine what may have led up to this, prosecutors tell us they're also looking into the backgrounds of the teens involved to determine whether or not to pursue adult charges. While no charges have been authorized, prosecutors say they're reviewing evidence, possible prior history, and whether any of the suspects were previously under court supervision. They're also considering whether to pursue adult charges.
In this case, if they're charged as adults, they stay right here in Macomb County and face Macomb County justice.
Yeah, man, I would love to see them charged as adults, man. A guy died from them going on a police chase throughout the city. A guy ended up dying behind that. Innocent man.
In our interview, Lucido said prosecutors are also looking at the role parents and guardians may play when young people become involved in serious crimes.
Parents, watch over your children. You have a responsibility up until the age of majority to make sure they're doing the right thing and they're abiding by the law.
Lucido says his office is seeing more cases involving teens and stolen vehicles. He argues this case shows why prosecutors are taking a closer look at whether current consequences are enough to deter serious crime.
They're not.
Where does it go from there? Steal a car, take a life, next?
The big question now is whether...
Look at that car. Look at that poor man. That poor man ended up, he was just going about his business. He's white and slam into his car. And they get out and they run. They all get out and run. Hop fences and all that shit. None of them got hurt. This guy's dead, though.
Charged as adults or through the juvenile justice system. Getting answers in Warren. Elaine Rojas Castillo, CBS News, Detroit.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
There are new details on the hunt for the man accused of killing a Towson University student near Towson Circle.
Baltimore County Police have now identified the suspect as 33-year-old Reginald Gray and are asking for the public's help in tracking him down. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mary Bubala.
I'm Kai Jackson. Fox 45's Rebecca Pryor joins us live with the very latest on the investigation and what court records reveal about the suspect's past. Rebecca.
Kai and Mary, investigators are saying that they've actually known for some time now who is the suspect behind this shooting. However, tracking him down, they say, has proven difficult, which is why they're turning over this information to the public. Now, we are also learning that in their search for the suspect, even though the shooting took place in Towson, police have now been led here to East Baltimore.
33-year-old Reginald Gray, now named as the suspect behind the June 5th shooting near the Towson Circle. Towson University student 22-year-old Najir Majid, killed in what investigators say appears to be an act of road rage. On WBAL radio this morning.
What we don't know, and we'll find out once we've apprehended him, is to find out if there were any other interactions between these individuals prior to this, or if there was any other history.
Baltimore County Police Chief Robert McCullough saying investigators had already identified Gray and his car within 48 hours. But as their search stretches from days to weeks.
At this point, what we've determined is that we want to reach out to the public and have the public help us locate this individual.
A wanted flyer describes Gray as 6'1", weighing 190 pounds and having a distinct tattoo on his neck. His car, a silver 2007 Nissan Altima with tinted windows and Virginia tags. But as is common, he's not believed to be a Virginia resident.
From all indications, he is from Baltimore. He last known address is in East Baltimore. We've been looking for him down there.
Court documents uncovered by Fox 45 revealing as of last December, Gray listed as living with his grandmother along the 1000 block of East Biddle Street.
He's wanted on very serious charges. Any message that you have for him?
At the residence, a woman who didn't want to speak on camera, claiming to be related to Gray. She tells us she hasn't seen or heard from him in about 3 weeks and didn't have any further comment on the matter.
I'm tired of young kids losing their life senselessly. Like, it hurts.
Area resident Regina James weighing in on the tragedy.
This is the grimiest part of Baltimore. So to know that he's lived this close, what else has he done? That's the question.
According to court records, Gray does have a lengthy criminal history. In 2013, he was convicted of selling drugs. Then in 2019, he pled guilty to attempted murder, charging documents claiming he fired multiple shots at two former neighbors who were sitting in their car following a previous argument. Neither were hit. Then, while behind bars, Gray convicted of assaulting a female correctional officer. And most recently, last December, he was accused of violating the conditions of his release after failing to report to the gun offender monitoring unit within 48 hours of being back on the street.
I think he needs to turn himself in. If he know he did wrong, then turn yourself in, because you can't run that long.
And if you know something, James arguing, you also have an obligation to say something.
In this case, you can't mind your business, especially if it was a senseless murder. You can't mind your business.
And anyone with any information that could help lead to an arrest here is encouraged to call Crime Stoppers and could be eligible for a $2,000 reward. Reporting live in East Baltimore City, Rebecca Pryor, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Kai Jackson. Tonight, law enforcement leaders from across the area met in Towson as crime concerns mount in Baltimore County. It follows the deadly shooting of a 22-year-old Towson University student last week. Fox 45's Keith Daniels attended that event and has the latest information.
Well, Baltimore County State's Attorney Scott Schellenberger wants to make one thing clear. He says the homicide numbers, the number of homicides in the county is trending in the right direction, and that is down with a 5-year low of 28 last year. And the police chief is saying he's confident that there will be an arrest in that shooting that happened in downtown Towson last week. Still tonight, a walk for community support. In Baltimore County, county leaders, including Police Chief Robert McCullough, stepping in unison. A public safety walk through downtown Towson to highlight, they say, how the community, business, and law enforcement partnerships can strengthen safety. County Councilman Julian Jones.
We are here to keep them safe.
Organized the walk. Jones, who's also a candidate for Baltimore County Executive, talking tough on crime.
It may be impossible to stop random acts of violence, but when they occur, just trust and believe that there will be no stone unturned. There will be no distance too far or no mountain too high for our law enforcement officials who will capture that suspect, bring them to justice, and we will prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law.
The walk comes as residents and others continue to voice their concerns after recent shootings in the area, including that deadly shooting that happened last Friday in the light of day at the Towson Circle. 22-year-old Nasir Majid shot several times in his car. Police say they're not ruling out the possibility of road rage in that incident, with the suspected shooter still on the loose. Chief McCullough
We continue to investigate that case.
Pressed at the walk about the latest in the investigation, including the search for that shooting suspect.
There's nothing more than outrage. It's unacceptable. Something like that. I'm hoping that we'll get close to apprehending the suspect in that case. Our investigators, they're working hard and diligently gathering evidence.
Majid was a Towson University student. Fellow schoolmates are speaking out, calling what happened sad and tragic.
That definitely just shocked me and got me a little scared because that could have been me. That could have been me right there.
I'm outraged. I'm scared. I really deeply feel sorrow for his family because as someone who has lost somebody very close to me also recently, I can't even imagine what his parents are going through.
Back at the walk, Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates also participating, with Baltimore County State's Attorney Scott Schellenberger, both with tough talk against crime.
Well, because I think I am, and I think my prosecutors are. And I think I need to adapt that term to tough on violent crime. That's the place where we're very tough and make sure we get good sentences on violent crime.
Well, look, we're a partnership. We have to collaborate. What happens in the county affects the city. What happens in the city affects the county. We want to keep the entire region as safe as possible.
Well, regarding that shooting and the search for the suspect, the police say the critical cooperation they have with businesses in the area is providing potentially valuable surveillance footage that could help lead to an arrest. Reporting tonight, Keith Daniels, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.
Destruction everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. Jeez. Jeez.
Family and friends are searching for answers tonight after their loved one disappeared during a birthday celebration on a boat over the weekend. Police say that a body was recovered from Biscayne Bay 2 days later, and investigators are still trying to determine how the person ended up in the water. NBC6's Lena Salzbank joins us live with the latest from family and friends.
Family demanding answers.
We don't know like anything of how he just got in the water then vanished, and he ended up finding his body.
And friends looking for closure. Deja Bryan says she was on the phone with her best friend at Keene, Liverpool, while he was on a chartered boat celebrating a friend's birthday.
He said he was having fun, and he said that he was going to call me when he leave from the boat. And ever since then, I didn't hear nothing from him.
She says he even sent her this photo while he was on board.
I specifically told him, I said, send me what you're wearing. He was wearing this Gallery Depth shirt I had got for him.
Hours later, she says she stopped hearing from him.
After that, I didn't hear nothing from him. That was my last conversation with him.
The 23-year-old's loved ones are grappling with the loss after they say his body was recovered from Biscayne Bay near Brickell. FWC says 8 people were on board the boat traveling from Hobie Beach towards the Miami River when one of the passengers noticed a person was missing and the captain called law enforcement.
That's weird, man. This is very weird. This is very, very weird. Hope this young man gets a salute to my man Snake, man, with the good old Bitcoin, man. Shout out to Snake, man. Very weird.
Detectives gave this photo to NBC6, which they say shows the charter boat he was on. Now, as they mourn their loss, family and friends say they're struggling to understand how this happened.
It just sucks that we don't know too much information, but we just know King not coming back.
Man.
And the family says that they've tried to reach out to the people that were on board the boat at the time of the incident, and they haven't been able to reach them. For now, reporting live, Lena Salzbank, NBC6 News.
Wow. Wow. That's very sad, man. Very, very sad, man. Yikes. Very, very sad. But yeah, let's see the Juneteenth, man. Juneteenth. What do these niggas got? What do they got planned for Juneteenth? Because we need to have a conversation. A lot of these Juneteenths been very violent, man. And Black people need to stop being violent on Juneteenth, at least. It's disrespectful to the ancestors, man. At least don't be violent on Juneteenth. At least.
Tonight, the sights, sounds, and significance of Juneteenth are on full display in North Miami.
And ahead of tomorrow's holiday, the community is already gathering to commemorate when Freedom Day arrived in Texas. And Local 10's Magdalena Lewis saying, joining us live now from the middle of a 2-day Juneteenth celebration in North Miami. Magdalena.
Yeah, Calvin and Nicole, it feels like I'm at a barbecue right now. You've got the music going, you have food vendors behind us. People will be gathering here in just about 30 minutes or so once this really picks up. But community vendors or vendors who are in the community, I've been told by organizers, many of them involved more this year than they have been in the past. The organization in particular putting this on that we had a chance to speak with today is called Our Living Legends. They are responsible for this Juneteenth festival that happens every year. Now they are on year 5.
Year 5 of Juneteenth.
Now with this theme as freedom, culture, community, and opportunity this year, the 2-day.
What the fuck? You got this big Samoan bitch up here and this white lady. What the hell going on, man? Well, Juneteenth, it is a national holiday, so yeah, that is true. You niggas asked for it to be a national holiday. So you can't really gatekeep the shit because it's a national holiday, but niggas are still trying to gatekeep it. Everybody gets to come around. Everybody gets to profit off of Juneteenth. Everybody gets to celebrate Juneteenth. It's a national holiday. National holiday.
Festival happening here in Gridding Park is an event for families, visitors to the city of North Miami, and neighbors who are far and close. This celebration honors freedom, culture, heritage, and unity within the African American community and the diverse cultures that exist in South Florida. And remember, the Juneteenth commemoration is also a reminder about the end of slavery, more specifically slaves who were in Galveston, Texas. On June 19, 1865, they had just learned nearly 6 months later that they were no longer slaves. They were free. Now, organizers and the event coordinator say this is an opportunity to educate and encourage community engagement while creating meaningful connections.
What does that mean?
Juneteenth is not just for African Americans. Juneteenth is more about like that road that's been paved for us as, you know, Black people in general and people of color, you know, so it's good to honor that and to, you know, have an event that, you know, shows our appreciation for, you know, people who came before us.
And speaking of people who came before us, tonight's program will especially recognize 20 families who have called North Miami home for the last 100 years. And of course, this comes as North Miami commemorates 100 years of existence itself. In this program, too, there will be so many more people who will be here recognizing those family members. This will go on until 11 o'clock tonight. And the festival will pick back up again tomorrow, this time starting at 3 p.m. to 11, and they will recognize local musicians. We're live in North Miami. I'm Magdala Lucen, Local 10 News.
So nice they had to celebrate twice. Thanks a lot there, Magdala, and join us tomorrow night at 8 o'clock as we commemorate.
Oh God, man! So what is Juneteenth? Are you gonna celebrate the slaves that actually found out they was still slaves? What are we doing? What is the purpose of this? Like,
50 years ago, Buffalo started a tradition.
The local Juneteenth was an idea that stemmed from a movement.
Oh God!
Tonight, the sites.
It's Juneteenth, y'all. Juneteenth.
What is Juneteenth?
What is Juneteenth? You know.
Whenever they ask the question, whenever they repeat the question, they don't know. They don't have a fucking clue. Whenever they repeat the question, they don't have a fucking clue. Salute to everybody out there, man. Whenever they repeat the question, they don't have a fucking clue. She don't have a fucking clue what Juneteenth is, man. She don't have a fucking clue what Juneteenth is, man. I'm talking about not a clue. She don't have a fucking clue. Okay? Not a fucking clue. Like she.
What is Juneteenth?
What is Juneteenth? You know what Juneteenth is.
I don't know. You got no idea? No idea.
That is a celebration of I don't want this to be wrong, so I don't want it to be on the news.
It's the celebration of, now don't ask me what state, where
Nobody knows because nobody ever celebrated it. You white people have been bamboozled. Niggas never, it was probably a handful of niggas that ever celebrated that shit. In little pockets. Niggas never celebrate. Niggas don't know. Niggas don't know what that shit is. Shout out to my man Osa, man. He said for Juneteenth. Shout out to Osa, man. Yeah, man. We in the building. Osa's in the building. Nobody knows. I'm telling you, I've been a nigga all my life. I mean, all my nappy-headed, cotton-picking life. And man, Juneteenth was never a thing. Never. Never, ever. Until George Floyd died. Now, had I heard of it vaguely? Yeah, I'd heard about it a few times, but throughout the years, but I'd never had anybody I'd ever known celebrate or talk about it or use that word. I'd heard about it just because, you know, I'm a history kind of buff and whatnot. And they like celebrated it in a few towns in Texas and a couple other towns around the country. But this is like literally probably like less than like 20,000 people in the whole country celebrating it, like small pockets. But I didn't like hear about it like, oh, when Juneteenth came around, people was like, oh, it's Juneteenth. Never. This is the biggest fraud played on white people. White people, y'all stupid as shit, man. Press one. White people dumb as shit, man. You done gave these niggas a holiday and shit. They don't even know what the fuck it is. White people, y'all dumb as shit, man. I swear to God, man. We need y'all to run the country and shit. We need y'all to run all the systems and all the institutions and shit. And y'all the dumbest generation of white people we ever. This generation of white people is a fucking letdown, man. Where Thomas Jefferson and all those motherfuckers at, man? Where the fuck is Thomas Jefferson, man? You niggas are the biggest letdown. You said white lips. These niggas don't know what the fuck Juneteenth is, man. Let's be honest.
It is a celebration of, I don't want this to be wrong, so I don't want it to be on the news.
It's the celebration of, now don't ask me what state, where they took the state and they actually messed up the homes of all the blacks that lived there. They ruined it. And then now it's celebrated as Juneteenth.
My thing basically is a time for like little kids come together or something like that. I mean, it's a long story.
Holy smokes, man. And they made it a national holiday. This is a national holiday that something nobody knew existed became a national holiday because a crackhead OD'd. Think about that. This is George Floyd Day. This ain't even really Juneteenth. Let's be honest. This is not Juneteenth. This is George Floyd Day. If we really want to sit here and be honest, this is George Floyd Day. This is only a day because of George Floyd. If George Floyd don't die, nobody know what Juneteenth, unless people know, because nobody knows, but even less people know.
Together or something like that. I mean, it's a long story. I know really what happened, but it was a Wall Street for the blacks. I think so.
He said the Wall Street for the blacks. He says it was the Wall Street for the blacks. Holy shit. That motherfucker said it was the Wall Street for the blacks.
Something like that. I mean, it's a long story. I know really what happened, but it was a Wall Street for the blacks. I think so.
For some reason, it's recognized as a holiday that there was a gap between when the people knew they were freed in, I believe, Texas, And they didn't learn until June 19th. So there was a period of time they're actually freed and didn't know it.
I think you might be right, but I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
All right.
But to me, it's...
He's the first one. He's the first one. Oh, God. Shout out to that glider, man. He know more about Black history than all you motherfuckers, man. Jeez. Jeez. Holy moly.
It's a bizarre holiday because it's basically celebrating not knowing you're free.
Oh, shit. He said it's a bizarre holiday. It's basically celebrating not knowing you're free. Oh, God.
Right now at 5:30, a 91-year-old woman facing charges after police say she shot a BB gun at her neighbor.
And it all reportedly stemmed from a dispute over a dog. A Local 10's Roy Ramos is live in Margate with the details on this crime alert. Roy?
Christy and Louie, residents I spoke with say she may be 91, but she is as sharp as a tack. She is now facing a very serious charge following these allegations.
You're looking at the mugshot of 91-year-old Lois Helen Rocaline.
We're here on an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon charge. The court does find probable cause.
She was arrested Wednesday, more than a year after she was accused of firing a BB gun at her neighbor.
That lady started shooting.
It was in May of 2025. Marilyn Lopez said she was walking her dog Cash along this canal right behind Lois's home when she came face to face with the elderly woman she said was armed.
If you don't get out of my property, I'm gonna shoot you right now.
That's when Lopez said a shot was fired, and she claims this wasn't the first time.
That lady, 2 times before that, she said, I don't gonna rest until I see all of you immigrants go back where you belong.
We learned Margate police responded to the incident last year, and while residents watched, shocked to see their elderly neighbor taken into custody under the Baker Act, she was never officially arrested.
So I said to Lois, what happened? She said, well, that lady with the little dog keeps walking behind my property and the dog keeps messing and she doesn't pick up the stuff.
Lois was issued a notice to appear in court, but after more than a year, she never showed. It was only after Margate.
If that dog keeps shitting on her lawn and you don't pick it up, you fucking gypsy, whoever the fuck you are. Should have shot you with a BB gun. That's rude, bitch.
Keeps walking behind my property and the dog keeps messing and she doesn't pick up the stuff.
Lois was issued a notice to appear in court, but after more than a year, she never showed. It was only after Margate police began investigating a traffic crash Lois was involved in Wednesday did they realize the 91-year-old woman had a warrant for her arrest. Lopez is concerned Lois's mental state of a woman known to be caring for her disabled 101-year-old husband.
And I said, you have to figure it out what type of help they need because they are seniors. If she's not well mentally, she's not in the capacity to help the husband.
And Lois has since been released from jail. We're told she is staying with a friend. As for the victim in this case, the alleged victim, I should say, fortunately, she was not injured. For now, here in Margate, Roy Ramos, Local 10 News.
She ain't no damn victim.
What?
She ain't no damn victim. You let your dog poop behind that lady's house. She should have shot you with a damn BB gun. She should have shot you with a BB gun, bitch.
I
Pittsburgh City Councilman says is trying to find a solution to teen takeovers, which are happening all across the country.
Yeah, this comes after police broke up a crowd of several hundred teenagers in East Liberty yesterday. Chris Hoffman is live at Pittsburgh Police Headquarters with more on what's going on. Chris.
Ken and Megan, Pittsburgh police say some of those teens became disorderly and some were even fighting. So that's why City Councilman Kahari Mosley wants to do a safety street team, get that started next week, to prevent these issues from arising into bigger problems. According to investigators, it was around 7:50 Wednesday evening when about 400 teens took over Liberty Green Park in East Liberty. The supervisor says there was a large disorderly crowd and called for help.
We hate it. We're sick of it.
Lonnie Banks lives across the street from the park with his family and says it only takes a few to turn any large gathering into chaos.
You don't know what's going on. They running here, running there. You see them coming from this way, coming from that way, coming from this way. They're just coming from all angles. It's definitely overwhelming for adults and our kids.
To bring up the gathering, police say they told people to leave 3 times, 10 minutes apart. Police recommended the nearby Target go on a temporary lockdown to prevent the group from entering the store. Mayor Corey O'Connor wants people to enjoy public spaces, but says this nationwide trend of takeovers can escalate and become unsafe.
And I think it just goes to not create an environment where everybody's welcome, and it's a handful of kids that take it to an extreme level.
Councilman Mosley says the majority of the kids at these takeovers are from areas outside the city, which is backed up by Banks, who says most come from the nearby bus stop. That's why the councilman wants to launch a safety street team to intervene before problems start.
I think providing kids with safe spaces, providing them with opportunity is one thing, but then also, making sure that we have accountability in the future as well.
Banks feels this is a start, but adds it takes more than just elected leaders to fix this.
The adults got to come together. Us as parents, as adults, we got to police our children.
Now, according to police, when the group did disperse by about 8:30, 3 officers did use pepper spray to try to get that crowd moving. They say by 10:15, all but 25 had left the area. Police do report no arrests. Live outside Pittsburgh Police Headquarters,
Wow.
Chris Hoffman, KDKA TV News.
Wow. The measures people go through to be able to live in society with blacks, man. People go through a lot of measures to try to all right, you got black people around, okay, so we have to XYZ, blah, 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 this and that, and third, we can't have this, we can't have that. You got to be careful walking back to your car after the event is over. Here goes something, hey, Black America. White guy got shot by a cop. And you guys know this happens all the time, but we'll cover it here. They're not going to cover it because, they know your ass they're just going to cut you. See, the thing about black people saying that only black people get shot by cops, it's just they have no data. Like when black people say a lot of things about white people or about the court system, they're not recalling it. They're not recalling. When you say something or you memorize something or you show some kind of you speak language, right? It's coming from recall. From events that have happened in your life. Black people don't have no idea how many cops shoot who, when, where, in what district, what area, how many cops shoot who. They have no clue. But they will sit here and say only black white people, only black people get shot by cops.
The family of a Louisville man killed by police say criminal charges are a start, but not enough. Nathan Stotts was indicted for second-degree manslaughter and reckless homicide. The former officer shot Martin Nitzkin Jr., who was naked and unarmed. DeAndrea Turner is live at police headquarters with why the family's attorney says the case still does not go far enough. DeAndrea?
Well, they say that this is very heartbreaking. It's very hard to lose a child, and none of this will ever bring him back. But they also say that they wanted a harsher charge.
you can't watch it and say what happened is okay.
That's the reaction from Steve Romines, the attorney for Martin Nixon Jr.'s family, after a grand jury indicted former LMPD officer Nathan Stotts on second-degree manslaughter and reckless homicide. Stotts fatally shot the unarmed 27-year-old last month while responding to a reported assault.
Any citizen that does the exact same thing, they're charged immediately.
Romines says they are pleased with the charges, but
we do believe he should have been charged with wanton murder, because when you watch that video, it is really the very definition of extreme indifference to the value of human life. But we'll deal with it and continue to deal with this case in every available form.
And following the shooting, LMPD released body camera footage within 3 days, and Chief Paul Humphrey said the department had already begun the process of terminating Stotts. Romine says the quickness in this case could be a sign of progress when it comes to police accountability.
Rarely, nothing happens to them when they kill someone. And so maybe it is some progress in that regard, but also, too, it's just a testament to how bad it is.
He also pointed to the Breonna Taylor case where no officer was charged directly for her death.
Oh, God, this white guy is cucking. God damn, cuck. Fucking cuck.
The family of a man shot and killed inside this Five Below store tells me he went to work Wednesday afternoon and never made it home, and now his loved ones are searching for answers.
Even when I first got the call, I was just like, okay, well, he's going to be fine. Like, what would the other option be? It just didn't even register that he would die.
That phone call changed everything for Shakira Wright and her family. They say their loved one left for work Wednesday expecting a normal day. Instead, they spent hours waiting for answers after learning something had gone terribly wrong.
Just kept asking what was going on. They kept saying they were working on him. They couldn't tell us anything. And that went on for hours and hours and hours.
Metro Police say the shooting happened just after 4:30 Wednesday afternoon inside the Five Below store at the Best in the West shopping center near Rainbow and Lake Mead. Investigators say a man walked into the business looking for a specific employee. A physical fight broke out before the suspect pulled out a gun and fired. Police say the victim died at the scene.
And someone should not be able to come into a store, find out who someone is, and fight them, gun them down. Like, no. It shouldn't have been that easy.
The family believes the confrontation stemmed from a personal dispute involving text messages.
He came into the store and asked for Brandon by name, and then he found him. They began to fight, and then the guy shot him.
Police have not released a motive, and the suspect remains outstanding. For the family, the most difficult part is accepting how quickly their lives changed.
I think that's the most insane thing ever. Like, you would never think that would be something that would happen to you when you're just trying to do what you do every day.
For families like Wright's, it's a painful reminder that a routine workday can turn into a tragedy without warning.
The violence has to stop. I mean, you can have a conversation with someone. If there's a problem, you can talk it out, but there's no need to bring a gun, pull out a gun, shoot a gun. Like, these are people's lives that are being affected. Like, our lives are never going to be the same.
The family tells me they're still struggling to come to terms with this tragedy. Their focus now is seeing the person responsible for this to be brought to justice. Metro says this investigation is still active as they search for the suspect. In Northwest Las Vegas, I'm Shakira Hawkins.
Time now just about 6:03.
A 17-year-old is in critical condition after he was stabbed multiple times.
Want to get out to Morgan, who's learning more for us this morning. Morgan.
Nice.
Thomas, Alex, good morning. Yeah, this is sad. It happened just after 11:30 last night on the 4700 block of North 15th Street. And police say when they arrived on scene, that's when they found that 17-year-old suffering from several stab wounds, several to his back and one to his leg. And Chief Small says that he was bleeding pretty badly. Police ended up applying a tourniquet to his leg to stop the bleeding. He was then rushed to Einstein Hospital where he underwent surgery. And at last check, he was in critical condition. Now, Chief Small says that he was stabbed at least 3 times to his back, and then, like I said, 1 time to his leg. And police say that although they found him on North 15th Street, they believe the stabbing actually happened a couple blocks away on North Carlisle Street. But witnesses say that there was actually a large party on North Carlisle and that the 17-year-old was there, and that's when he got into a fight.
Now, although we found him in the 4700 block of 15th Street, we were able to follow a trail of blood southbound to the 4500 block of North Carlisle Street, which is about 2 blocks away. And that's where we found a scene consisting of blood. And that's where we believe the stabbing occurred.
And so we're still waiting on some more.
Not looking good, man. Not looking good not looking good that you guys are gonna behave this not looking good. Let's do a feel-good story. Everybody, take the $5 challenge, support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Take the $5 challenge. I think we got 3 on the board. We're trying to get some more people on the board to sponsor the programming. If you could, sponsor the programming. Take the shout out to my man Mark Ishmael, man. Mark Ishmael is in the building. I'm gonna drop the link for y'all in a little bit. I'll probably drop the link at 1. It doesn't look like it's gonna be a peaceful weekend the way these blacks are, because it seemed like they would, be like, all right, Juneteenth is coming up. We're gonna relax Juneteenth week, the whole Juneteenth week, man. No killing, no robbing, no stabbing, no teen takeovers. Out of respect for the ancestors, man. Out of respect for the ancestors. But no.
We want to highlight one South Jersey teen's triumph over adversity. He's graduating from high school 2 years after nearly losing his life. He spoke with our Shawnette Wilson.
Amonte Cowens walked to get his diploma at his South Jersey High School graduation held here this evening. It is a miraculous achievement considering the traumatic brain injury he suffered after being shot.
I felt great. Woke up feeling great.
Standing on the field at Triton Regional High School in Runnymede this evening, 18-year-old Amonte Cowens is excited for what's about to happen. It's been a long road for the teen who was shot 2 years ago.
I'm really proud of myself.
Seeing him in his royal blue cap and gown is emotional for his mom, Amy Money, and other family. They weren't sure he'd make it this far because of the severity of his injury and being shot in the head.
He hasn't been able to move his left arm, kind of stays closed fist, and he has like a limp on his left side.
It happened June 5th of 2024 inside their previous home in Winslow Township. Money says Amonte and his then 15-year-old friend were in his bedroom when he was shot. She says she was told the case was closed due to insufficient evidence to charge anyone.
He had to learn how to walk again. He had to learn how to put his clothes on again.
Today, though, begins a new chapter. Money credits her faith and the staff at Triton for advocating and caring for her son when he transferred here after being shot.
He knows that God is the one that brought him through, and he's overjoyed. He's so ready just to have his independence. He's so ready to just be out of school. He's like, oh, I'm done, Mom, I did it.
In Runnymede, Shawnette Wilson, Fox 29 News.
Brave young man, man. So yeah, come on, blacks. No crowd.
A string of recent burglaries rattled small business owners in Eagle Rock and beyond, and they believe the break-ins could be connected.
KTLA's Rachel Menitoff is live in Eagle Rock with more. Rachel.
Micah, some of the business owners uploaded their surveillance video to social media. They compared and contrasted them, noticed similarities, and believe it's likely the same group of people responsible each time. In the early hours of Wednesday, June 17, 3 burglars wearing hoodies and masks smashed the front door of Fika Fika Coffee in Arcadia. The cashless business says this is their 5th time targeted and uploaded the video of the brazen thieves to Instagram.
Yeah, we came here, it was like this actually.
Little did they realize the same suspects likely made their way west, hitting shopping centers in Eagle Rock. The criminals did the exact same thing. They're caught on camera smashing the doors of Cafe 86, Fat Burger, and Hidari Korean Cuisine.
They had on 3-4 guys wearing same type of shirts, like shoes.
In each case, the guys go right for the cash register. Sometimes they rummage for valuables in the back room, and within seconds, they're out and on to the next one.
They're pretty coordinated, as soon as they break in, they already know what to do.
Elaine and Andrew Linga own Cafe 86 and say when you look closely, you can see that one of the men is wearing the same graphic sweatshirt in the various surveillance tapes. They notice the suspect's coordination, agility, and timing is also similar across the board.
2 people will come get the safe or the register, and 1 people will go in the back because I think they know that people also put money in the back.
Aside from the 3 people perpetrating the crimes, there also seems to be a familiar getaway driver in a white sedan. Most of these businesses say the culprits didn't take much because they don't leave much cash around, but they do have to deal with the hassle and the expense of cleaning up the mess they leave behind.
We're tired, we're exhausted, and then when you wake up and you see that your window, you feel like violated and traumatized.
Nobody carry any kind of cash or value in the restaurant, so we just have to pay for doors. That's just extra money out of our pockets.
And Arcadia police says it arrested 4 people likely connected to the initial break-in. They can't officially connect them to the burglaries here in Northeast LA, but they're certainly looking into it. That's the latest from Eagle Rock. I'm Rachel Menitoff. Share Micah, back to you.
It's going to be a rough Juneteenth, man. It's going to be a rough Juneteenth, man. It's going to be a rough Juneteenth, man.
More breaking news, a wanted gunman pitted by CHP. He surrenders after hours on the run. This all started with a shooting at an apartment building in Pomona, and that's where we find our Hunter Sowens.
Yeah, hey there, Rudabeh. We can actually tell you now, just within the last few moments, Pomona PD has confirmed that 2 people died in this apartment complex behind me in this shooting that they have been investigating now since around 3 this afternoon. It started, as you said, that very lengthy chase that we covered here on CBS LA, but I'm going to step out of the way, let you see what the scene looks like now as I kind of read you through, again, information that, like I said, just came down here in the 9 o'clock hour from Pomona PD for the first time, being the update that we've confirmed 2 people are dead, a male and a female adult, both have been not identified yet, pending notification to their families. But here is what we know, at least at this point. Pomona PD responded here to the apartment complex at about 3:22. That is where they say when they got here on the scene, they found 2 victims in the hallway of the apartment suffering from those gunshot wounds. LA County Fire tried to do those life-saving measures. However, they both died here on the scene. The Pomona PD Major Crimes Unit is now investigating this. We've seen a number of those investigators, crime scene investigators, walking in and out of this apartment complex. But like we said, this has all been confined to the hallway of one of these floors of the apartment complex. So we want to step you through what we heard, because at this time, this is the first update we've gotten, but we spent the day speaking to residents here, one of which is in the apartment. She's being told she cannot leave. She has a son with her as well. And her husband, who spoke to us, said that he is not being allowed into the apartment complex because this happened on his floor. Take a listen.
The police officer told me that I couldn't go in the hallway. So he told me to take the stairs, and I took the stairs and I peeked to my right, and it was blocked off, like in the hallway. So whatever happened in the hallway. And then my wife said that she saw what looked like a body bag outside of our peephole.
And actually, that resident telling me that he recognized the suspect from watching the chase when he got out of the car, when that suspect was taken into custody. That suspect has been identified as 48-year-old Robert Galtman of Pomona. So once again, confirming just within the last few minutes that we have 2 dead, 1 male, 1 female, both adults, both not identified, pending family notification. We are live here in Pomona. We'll send things back to you in the studio.
Hunter, thank you. And let's go now back to the desk. And Mike, we were over this chase for almost 2 hours.
Yeah, about an hour and a half to be exact, nonstop.
Yeah.
And Mike, we have the play-by-play. So what have you learned, though, since the ending?
Yeah, you know, CHP worked very closely with the Pomona Police Department to try to find this suspect. Let's go straight to the video here. SkyCal caught up with it on the southbound side of the 5 freeway. That is after the suspect drove all the way north, almost into Kern County, before turning around. CHP fixed wing was actually over the homicide scene where Hunter is and was able to get this license plate. They were able to get it into an ALPR, automatic license plate reader system, and track it down on the 5 freeway. He would go through the mountains. Lake Hughes Road, as you see here, is a very twisty, turny, windy, lengthy pursuit. During the course of the pursuit, the suspect actually started throwing an item out of the window. We later learned that would actually be a gun. There you see it tossed right there. So the video down, you'll see it one more time. The sheriff's helicopter that was overhead said he was dismantling the gun and tossing it out in pieces. The CHP tried about 10 spike strip attempts before they were actually able to do it. Here comes the pit maneuver that would end it all in Lancaster, 28th Street West and Avenue K. West Avenue K, rather, finally bringing this whole thing to an end. And as you heard from Hunter, that suspect has been arrested and identified. He is being now booked on these 2 counts of murder, felony evading, and whatever else he's got going on with him, guys.
Quite the pursuit.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
A pair of armed robbery suspects' escape plan fell apart after their car was trapped and dragged beneath a semi-truck. It happened around 9:30 this morning on I-10 near Market. One suspect managed to dart across 10 lanes of traffic. Katira Winfrey was the first reporter on the scene, explains what we know right now. Katira.
Hey, Ron, the road opened up just a few hours ago, but we've recently learned that the passenger who ran across the highway is now in jail, charged with aggravated robbery. As for the driver, he's in critical condition at Bentop Hospital. This is what's left of the car carrying a pair of pawn shop robbery suspects after it was trapped and dragged under a semi near I-10 and Market around 9:30 Thursday morning.
They tried to kind of take an evasive action here, ran into an 18-wheeler, which sent them out of control. They went down this embankment back here and hit another 18-wheeler. The car was pinned under that one.
Pasadena police say minutes before, they used guns to rob this pawn shop, getting away with jewelry. Witnesses told KHOU 11 the pair parked beside the shop, went inside, then ran back to their car and took off. One of the semi-trucks hit during the chase belonged to Alex Flores.
I hope that guy didn't die. That's one because you don't want to when you're involved in an accident, you don't want something else to happen.
Pasadena police say suspects often use the highway as a getaway route. Their hunch was correct. An officer spotted the suspects, who ended up in a crash that trapped the driver, leaving him in critical condition. The passenger captured a short time later.
He got out, you can see where the truck is down there, and he got out, ran through the brush there, and then across all, 10 lanes of traffic almost, and then up through the field there.
Officers located at least one gun and jewelry in the suspect's car. As for Flores, he didn't have much time to think, but is safe, now able to take a bizarre story back home to Maryland.
I just saw the cop that was chasing him, and I moved for him so he could continue chasing him.
And the semi-truck drivers were not hurt. And since the suspects crashed just a short distance from where that pawn shop robbery happened, police say they will be able to return that stolen jewelry. Reporting live in Houston, Katira Winfrey, KHOU 11 News.
Mm. 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 Juneteenth, y'all. We want to see what the blacks are doing for Juneteenth. I know they got some special stuff lined up for Juneteenth. All right, y'all. That's chitlins. This is chitlins. You know, these are the pig intestines. They wash them because it's full of shit. So they wash them. They wash the pig intestines and they cook it because this was one of the few proteins that slave masters. I don't know if it's across the board but that's the tale that slave masters would give slaves the pig intestines, and the slave master family would eat all the good meat. They would eat the good ham pieces and shit, and they would let the slaves have the guts. And the slaves took the guts and they freaked them. They cleaned them, and they put all type of stuff in them, and that's what we call chitterlings, and we still eat them to this day. Some people do. But now, this town is just an Kool-Aid flavored chitlins, man. I know this is AI, but that would be hilarious. One of you niggas, please make some Kool-Aid flavored chitlins. Please do that. Please do that. Salute to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP. Coming through once again. Please do that. Let me take a bite. If they say why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does it do it that way? If they say why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does it do it that way? Reaching out. Holy shit. A group of diners brought their young children to a restaurant, enjoyed a full meal, then walked out without paying. The restaurant released the security footage and is asking for help identifying them. The saddest part is the example being set for those kids. Small businesses and high-trust communities can't survive when people think this kind of behavior is normal. Look at him walking all fast and shit. And niggas ain't got no shame, bro. No shame, man. You niggas ain't got no shame, man. Shout out to my man, Boy Kachina, man. Boy Kachina says, how did Musk get $1 trillion for a business that takes you to a fake place? Happy Juneteenth to you and the nation. Yeah. Great point, man. Space is fake. I don't give a fuck, Elon. Elon, whoever doing it is fake. Elon full of shit for that. Elon knows space is fake. Elon knows that. Salute to Barry B. Barry B is in the building. Elon knows space is fake. He knows that shit. Elon knows that shit. Look at these niggas, man. God, dog. He said, this Juneteenth, let us remember all those who have been taken from us. They got Johnny, what's this guy named? Johnny something, Johnny Somali or some shit. And fucking come out. Oh, shit, George Floyd. I finna make this for my Juneteenth box. Oh my God, man. Holy shit, man. Blacks, boy. Blacks, man. Look at this fat nigga, man. Blacks. Kool-Aid flavored fried chicken. Yeah.
I see someone else say this, so I really want to reiterate, but Juneteenth is like roughly 2 weeks away. This is a day for Black Americans, okay? I seen an African coming on here and saying it. As a Black American myself, I want to say it. Juneteenth is for us niggas in America, okay? It's for us, Black Americans, okay? It's for us. Now, I'm not saying y'all can't, like, celebrate with us, but let's not get this shit twisted. That day is for us. Black Americans, us Black niggas, us. Amen? Amen.
It's a national holiday, man. It's a national holiday. Sons of tribal as a motherfucker, boy. Sons of tribal as hell. Ugh.
Hey, yeah, I got Friday off for the holiday. I mean, we already gave them a whole month. How much more do them people need? When are the straight white Christian males getting our holiday? Why are we celebrating the slaves getting freed? That put my grandpappy out of business. First the gays get the whole month, then you smack the black people in the middle. They should start calling June woke month. What the hell is a Juneteenth anyway? That stuff happened like 300 years ago. They need to get over it. I didn't own no slaves, and my daddy didn't either. Don't go too far back in the family tree, though, because you might find something in there. Black History Month, Juneteenth, what's next? Reparations? Trump needs to get rid of this woke nonsense. Make it Patriots Day. None of this would have happened if my great-grandpappy would have won that war.
Don't forget to decorate for Juneteenth. Oh, man. Juneteenth, man. You niggas, man. You niggas gonna act a fool, man. We know it. It's guaranteed. You niggas are guaranteed to act a fool on Juneteenth, man. There's no way around it, man. There's no way around it, man. Y'all gonna act a fool on Juneteenth. Y'all gonna tell y'all gonna do some crazy shit on Juneteenth. You niggas, man. God damn, man.
People think Juneteenth is coming up, but there's a big problem because most people think Juneteenth colors are red, black, and green. But that's not Juneteenth. That's Pan-African. And I know this might sound wild, but stay with me because by the end of this, you're going to look at Juneteenth completely different. Juneteenth is not an African holiday. It is an American holiday. It is the day that enslaved people in Galveston, Texas, found out they were free right here on this soil in this country. And Juneteenth became an official United States federal holiday in June of 2021. So Juneteenth actually has its own flag, and most people have never seen it. It's red, white, and blue with a star in the center and a burst around it. The star has a dual meaning. One, it represents Texas, the Lone Star State, and it also represents the freedom of foundational Black Americans across all 50 states. And the burst around it represents a new beginning, the birth of a new day, and a fresh start for newly freed people. The same colors as the American flag, because the message is clear. Our freedom is American history, not borrowed from somewhere else. A foundational Black American who is a community organizer and activist named Ben Haith designed the flag in 1997 because he believed that Juneteenth deserved a symbol that told the truth about what the holiday actually is. This Juneteenth, don't let corporate America tell you how to represent our foundational Black American holiday. And let me know in the comments, did you know this already?
No. I think that's the new song that's supposed to be a hit by Young Miami, I think. He said neighborhood 60s members celebrate 70 years of poverty and destroying our communities. Oh shit, man. Holy shit. Let me drop the link, man. Let me drop this link, man. Let me drop this link. No, I can't drop it in here. I gotta drop it over here. Drop it over here. Drop it like it's hot. Damn, y'all don't have no faith in niggas. Like 89% of y'all think niggas gonna be violent this weekend, man. That's crazy, man. None of y'all have no faith in niggas. None of you? None of you? None of you? He said, which holiday is more real? He said, which holiday is more real? Look at this shit. Which holiday is more real? Kwanzaa, Juneteenth, or Toyota? Holy shit, man. Holy shit, man. Which holiday is more real? Yeah, I would have voted Toyota-thon too, man. Toyota-thon, man. Jeez. All right, niggas somewhere acting a goddamn fool. Just a random fight, like not even this ain't even nothing base. It's just a random black skirmish. Shout out to the brothers that came and put out the fire. They want to stop. They're not even trying to stop. You got like 8 niggas. You got like eight workers over there trying to stop it. These bitches still trying not to stop. Somebody come by in 5 minutes and not even know that happened. That's just how common it is for niggas to just be fighting. Yeah, man, we need Uncle Ben, and this is really, we need these two back, man. Them white liberals put out a hill on Uncle Ben and Chimama. We need these two back. Come on, black people. Let's start a movement to get these two back.
Welcome to the shithole of the sea. Hide the Hennessy. The Bonnet Brigade is on the loose. Holy shit, look at that water. I've seen cleaner water in gas station urinals. Every one of these men in the pool have their socks on for some reason. And I just know the deep end is empty. That water smells like boiled spit and roasted assholes. Since Spirit Airlines shut down, I guarantee that 85% of these people showed up in a stolen Kia. The dinner buffet starts in an hour. Shortly after that, videos will surge across social media of these same people beating the shit out of each other over chicken wings and popcorn shrimp. Yikes.
You heard that chirp? Yo, niggas is getting roasted. I mean, fucking roasted online about this Juneteenth thing. Jesus.
Y'all, why is it very, very hard to find a Juneteenth flag, but it's the easiest to find a Pan-African flag? I've been trying for so long to find a Juneteenth flag, and it's kind of like annoying. And before y'all get on me, oh no, we have a flag. That is the Black American Heritage flag. That's the flag we use all the time on the daily, but the specific flag for Juneteenth to represent Juneteenth and the actual meaning of Juneteenth is this flag. Yet, every search bar I'm in, anytime I type in Juneteenth, it comes up with a Pan-African flag or Pan-African colors. That's not what I'm looking for. And it's so frustrating because leading up to me trying to find the flags and everything, I was already a little bit frustrated because I already knew based on previous celebrations what Juneteenth was going to be. And it's already proving to be right with all these flyers I'm seeing, the Pan-African colors, the African type celebrations. Like, it's not even about Black people, and majority of the people that celebrating Juneteenth don't even really know what it is. Don't even do the research to.
Shut up, bitch. You just talking.
What's going on, big fella?
What's happening, man? What's cracking, man?
Nick Town in the building. Big Nick Town, the biggest. Born for duty. Yo, you trying to tell me you wouldn't crack Young Miami that? I like it, man. Young Miami.
Yeah, she alright. I mean, she done got pissed on by Diddy and all that shit. She one of Diddy hoes, man. Bitch, that bitch, you know that bitch done ate some gooch, man.
Yeah, Diddy done sent every black male porn star in the industry he done sent the blitz at that bitch, man.
Yeah,
We already know how Diddy do his hoes. He want to see you get fucked by every nigga in the industry.
yeah, I'm good. I'm Gucci, man.
You gotta have the girth of a stallion, or you gonna fall right in that joint. That shit probably look like a vortex. It's like a black hole.
I wouldn't. I don't. Want. I'm not rooting against her or nothing like that. To go live your life, young Miami, do your thing. But nah, Jack, I'm good. I'm Gucci. Let's see. TikTok. Let's go to TikTok, man. Salute to everybody out there, man.
Yo, why these niggas need a flag? Why does Juneteenth need a flag though?
Just, I mean, I think niggas wanna it's a national holiday. Like it ain't going nowhere. It's
Like Memorial Day don't got a flag. Like Thanksgiving don't got a flag. It's like why the fuck Juneteenth need a flag?
Niggas want to gatekeep some shit, man. Let me see something.
Friday, June the 19th, Juneteenth. This is not a coincidence. This is the beginning of the biggest, most life-changing day of your life. And if you skip this video, today could turn into the most disappointing day of the entire year, followed by a wave of missed opportunities. And I know you don't want that. But if you stay...
Juneteenth is coming up.
Listen to me. A lot of y'all ain't gonna like me for this one, especially my people. But black people shouldn't be celebrating Juneteenth, bro. And if you anything but black and your ass celebrate that shit, I know what you're there for. Your ass ain't there to celebrate the history of it. Your ass there for some food. But regardless of the fact of the matter is that shit really a slap in the face. So the last bit of slaves figured out in 1865 that they was free, and they decide to make that a holiday. I feel like that's like them laughing in our face. Like, look at these dumb fucking niggas celebrating some shit and they was already free. Like, think about the niggas up north. They been was free. Even in Texas, bro, the shit was official in 1863. So a couple years later after that, that's when niggas found out. And they decided to give you a holiday on some shit that niggas found out years later after. I genuinely think the higher ups be looking at us laughing at that shit. They don't never talk about the niggas that was already free hundreds of years ago. This niggas been free, bro. So why give us that holiday? Fuck that shit.
Hundreds of years ago, what are you talking
A lot of
about?
y'all ain't gonna like me for this one, especially my people. But black people shouldn't be celebrating Juneteenth, bro. And if you anything but black and your ass celebrate that shit, I know what you're there for. Your ass ain't there to celebrate the history of it. Your ass there for some food. But regardless of the fact of the matter is that shit really a slap in the face. So the last bit of slaves figured out in 1865 that they was free, and they decide to make that a holiday. I feel like that's like them laughing.
I finally understand why black people need to celebrate Juneteenth for June.
Why?
They had to celebrate something in absence of Father's Day.
It's the one and only Eagle Double G.
I finally understand why black people need to celebrate.
So Juneteenth is coming up, and I want to share with y'all some quick and easy practices that you can implement to honor your ancestors and the energy of freedom, because that's what Juneteenth is all about, right? And it's quick and easy. You ain't got to do too much. Let's get into it. Now, the first practice is libations, and some of y'all may know libations as pouring some out for the homies, okay? Libation is the act or practice of pouring out a liquid in honor or as offering to an energy, and in this case, the energy is your ancestors. Now, the liquid that you choose is definitely up to you, but I would advise simply pouring out some water and offer this water, that element of water, and we
What is Juneteenth? Maybe you learned it's about how Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, or about how enslavers in the Deep South hid the news of the Emancipation Proclamation for 2.5 years. Well, that's not the full story, and not all stories are accurate, so let's get smarter in seconds. First of all, Abraham Lincoln wrote the Emancipation Proclamation in 1862, but it wasn't out of the goodness of his heart. That same year, he wrote to journalist Horace Greeley saying, if I could save the Union without freeing any slave, I would do it. The Emancipation Proclamation was a wartime military strategy, and it didn't even free all enslaved people in the United States. It only applied to the Confederacy, the states that had seceded and started the Civil War, and it didn't free enslaved people in the Union. What's missed in all of this is that enslaved African Americans were already freeing themselves or self-emancipating to Canada, Mexico, and the Caribbean. And some enslaved Africans commandeered ships as they were being trafficked across the Atlantic. There is a rich history of our ancestors' fight for freedom, and that often gets whitewashed and erased in discussions around enslavement and Juneteenth. So chattel slavery, or the enslaving, buying, selling, trading, inheriting, and ownership of enslaved African people as property, built the U.S. economy over a period of 400 years to the tune of $100 trillion. Here is what Juneteenth is actually about. Juneteenth commemorates June 19th, 1860.
Bro, what?
This is HR. Ashley. Hey, how's it going? Yep, we're still off tomorrow for Juneteenth. Yep, it's still a holiday. Could we get in trouble for giving our employees the day off? Well, some companies have gotten in trouble, like a fire station who was sued by a black firefighter who, on Juneteenth, was pressured to go to a party where they served KFC and Hennessy, or another company where employees asked for the day off and instead had to go to a party where they had someone dressed up in a gorilla suit, or another company currently being sued for a woman's body.
Man, this weather needs to let up. I got to get ready for our Juneteenth celebration. Got to get the pool cleaned up, get the patio cleaned up, and man, it rain every day. It's going to be hard to get everything in place. We tried to get a whole hog, and we couldn't get one. We were too late trying to get one, so we're just going to do a bunch of ribs and do a big potato salad. We're going to put some raisins in it. Who the hell puts raisins in their potato salad? If you put raisins in your potato salad, let me know in the comments, because I've heard white people do that, and I've never seen it. But anyhow, let me know in the comments if you do that. But we got everything we need. We got our watermelon already bought, and we're gonna be in good shape if this weather will let up.
Since Juneteenth is approaching, I'm gonna share a bit of information I actually recently just found out. But a lot of African Americans prefer to go by Black Americans. I believe because it's broader and more inclusive. I recently just found that out, so don't kill me. But it's interesting. Let me know what y'all think. Since Juneteenth is approaching.
For those of you all that don't know, I do construction. Now, I'm the only Black person working in my construction company. I'm the only Black person there.
Wonder why.
And I thought about working. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought about it. It did cross my mind to go ahead and be a team player. You know, since everybody else working, why not just work with everybody else? But I'm the only Black person there. I'm the only one. So if I work, then next year they get 2 Black people, I'm gonna tell them, hey, we work on Juneteenth. And then he gonna tell his friends, yeah, we working on Juneteenth. Next thing you know, everybody working on Juneteenth. It's all on me. I got to set the press. I got to set the bar. You heard me? I got to set the bar. And if you're the only Black person at your job, take the day off. They gonna talk about you behind your back. You think I didn't hear the whispers? You think I didn't hear the whispers? When I asked my boss, I asked my boss, I didn't even ask my boss. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I say, hey, I don't know if y'all gonna be open Friday or not, but I'm taking Friday off in observance of Juneteenth. He said, for sure, big dog. That was it. I told the person that I'm working with, I'm off Friday. I ain't coming in here. He said, why? I say, because I'm a Black man. He was like, oh, so you are taking off? I said, yeah, I am. He's like, oh, cool. That was it. We rock solid. But you think I didn't hear the whispers? Oh, they whispered about it. But I don't care. And you shouldn't care either. Take the day off. That's the one day to be bothered by white people. That's the day. That's the one day that you get to be bothered a little bit. You get to be bothered a little bit. So go and take the day off. They're going to say, oh, what you doing on Juneteenth? You're going to a parade. You're going to read some books. No. I'm staying home, eating potato chips, ice cream, watching Friday, Big Mama's House. I might put on Delirious. Yeah, I'm watching whatever I want to watch. That's right. I might watch Friends season 2. That's right. Whatever I want to do, I'm gonna do it on Juneteenth.
Wow.
The same way we want men to check other men about the patriarchy,
Oh
white
my
people to check
god,
other white
what
people
the
about
fuck?
racism, straight people to
That
check
shit.
other straight people about homophobia, queerphobia, transphobia, non-Black Americans need to be checking other non-Black Americans about anti-Black Americanness. And yes, this is very top of mind on the eve of Juneteenth, a Black American holiday, celebrating Black American liberation, particularly in Texas. From one first-generation American born to Haitian immigrants in Brooklyn, New York in 1989 to another, tomorrow is not about you. Tomorrow is not supposed to center you. This is not a Pan-African holiday. This is not a diasporic holiday. This is a Black American holiday.
Yeah, but
And
the
although you're
problem is
invited to
that none of them
celebrate,
niggas know anything about
and
it.
as a non-Black American,
Man.
Why don't more white people celebrate Juneteenth? Now, you've been hearing me talk
Man,
about the
I
best
hate
ways
how
for
niggas
white
learned the
people to
word
celebrate
center, bro.
Juneteenth.
Yeah. And listen
Jesus
to
Christ.
Why don't more white people
listen to the conversation they're having. Why do more white people celebrate Juneteenth? Bitch, you don't know anybody who knew what Juneteenth was before 2020. Bitch, what are you talking about? Why don't white people celebrate June?
Why ain't niggas celebrate this shit?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yo, Biden just say, yo, fuck it,
you've been
let's
hearing
just
me
give
talk
these
about the
niggas a
best
holiday
ways.
for no reason.
Yeah, Biden,
That shit was retarded.
he gave us that shit because, like, again, he knew he ain't had much else for us. That was a very pivotal moment, man. That right there, them dude's still on trial. Let's see who would the fruit lady gonna
She
say.
was the sister, man. She like Cynthia G.
She gonna be deep. Look, so this is she gonna be real deep with us. She gonna get real philosophical. Let's see.
For white people to celebrate Juneteenth, you've heard me share some free ways for white people to celebrate Juneteenth, but we have to get back to the root of why most white people don't celebrate Juneteenth and why most of y'all didn't even know Juneteenth existed until just a few years ago. Let's get into it. All right, I'm going to give you 3 main reasons why most white people do not celebrate Juneteenth. Before I get into these 3 reasons why most white people do not celebrate Juneteenth, I want to share a really great resource with you. That is this book called So You Want to Talk About Race by Ijeoma Oluo. You start with education. So read her book. You can borrow it from your local library and then put what you learn into practice. And if you want to take it a step further and you like learning from me, go to that link on my profile, join my Anti-Racism Schools in Session Patreon community, or join my 6-week training called The White Liberals Guide to Dismantling the Racism Within. 12 steps to becoming a safe person for Black people. Now that's a good way to celebrate Juneteenth. All right, I want you to imagine a wood-burning fireplace. Once the fire goes out, even if you don't add more wood to the fireplace, there's still going to be evidence of the fire that was in the fireplace. Because what's left behind once the fire goes out? You have 3 things. You have mineral ash, you have charcoal, and you have soot. And it will remain there until someone comes to clean it up. Now, I want you to think about systemic racism in the same way. What are the 3 things that systemic racism in the past has left behind for us today in the present? 3 things: racist laws, racist policies, and racist practices. And those 3 things, the evidence of the systemic racism of the past that still exists today, those are the reasons why most white people do not celebrate Juneteenth, because racist laws, policies, and practices have intentionally not taught you the facts about U.S. history. They have eliminated it from your schools, from the education system. They banned the books that teach the facts about history. And in the process, they have conditioned you to reject the facts about history completely and to get angry and aggressive and bothered and frustrated when Black people speak the truth and the facts about U.S. history. So what happens as a result? You become indifferent, you become apathetic, you become selfish because you don't want to hear anything that is different from what you've been taught. And you don't know this, but you not celebrating Juneteenth, you not knowing what Juneteenth is, and your visceral, negative, aggressive, sometimes abusive reaction to Black people talking about Juneteenth or talking about racism or talking about the history and the facts of racism in America, your reaction is actually the evidence of the systemic racism and anti-Black racism of the past that continues on today. And it's time for you
People are
to
annoying.
clean it up. Why don't more white people celebrate Juneteenth? Now, you've been hearing me talk about the best ways for white people to celebrate Juneteenth. You've heard me share some free ways for white people to celebrate Juneteenth. But we have to get back to the root of why most white people don't celebrate Juneteenth and why most of y'all didn't even know Juneteenth existed until just a few years ago. Let's get into it. All right, I'm going to give you 3 main reasons why most white people do not celebrate Juneteenth. Before I get into these 3 reasons why
All
most
niggas
white
want to
people
do
do
is
not
just
celebrate
lecture
Juneteenth, I
people
want to share a
all
really easy
day,
question for
bro.
you. That is this
Black
book
people are
called The
fucking
Norm of
irritating,
Outrage
man.
by Idiola.
I'm telling you, man.
Can you
Jesus
admit why
Christ.
most Black people don't trust most
All
white
these niggas
people?
gonna do is fucking give you this fake ass education on shit, bro. Nobody gives a fuck.
Can Black people trust white people? And how do we know if you're a white person that we can trust? I posted a video a couple of weeks ago that went viral called "Are You a Safe Person for Black People?" And I listed out some things that you could look at and you could address within yourself to find out if you really are a safe person for Black people. So let's talk about this today. Can Black people trust white people? Think about it like this. You know how if you're friends with somebody, you don't really know if they're truly your friend until you have a disagreement? Or until you tell them no. You don't really know if they're really your friend until you've told them no and then see how they respond. When it comes to Black people trusting white people, we don't know if we can trust you until we talk to you about racism. We don't know before that because your response and your reaction to us talking about racism, calling you out on a racist statement or something that you did, will tell us all we need to know about whether or not we can trust you. So, are you a trustworthy white person? How do you respond when we talk about racism? Are you defensive? Do you start deflecting? Do you start attacking us? Do you start gaslighting us? Do you start talking about how it's not all white people? Check yourself and you'll know whether or not Black people can truly trust you or not. Now, if you want to ensure that you are one of the white people that Black people can trust, make sure you're investing in your anti-racism education and learn how to talk about racism without causing unintentional harm. And you can learn at that link on my profile. Anti-racism is not a diet, y'all. It's a lifestyle. Can Black people trust white people? And how do we know if you're a white person that we can trust? I posted a video a couple of weeks ago that went viral called "Are You a Safe Person for Black People?" And I listed out some things that you could look at and you could address within yourself to find out if you really are a safe person.
This same person,
So
right?
let's talk about this today. Can Black people
That'd be this would be the same bitch. Like, oh my gosh, these white people are obsessed with this. All I gotta do is talk about white people all fucking day, bro. That's all you niggas do. I don't see how the fuck, yo.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird and it's like annoying. It's like it's everything. Like, shut the fuck up, niggas. Let's see this thing right here.
People have a problem with.
Why are white people weighing in on Juneteenth? This has nothing to do with you. I'm sure every African American knows that Juneteenth was not the actual date of when slavery was done. If we're gonna be honest, I still feel like we're in slavery, but let's continue. Seen some of your videos. Oh, well, you know, we're not gonna celebrate the holiday because that's not the day that slavery was actually free. Okay, yes. At the end of the day, though, we're still going to celebrate Juneteenth because that's the day that Texas found out that they were no longer enslaved. So we're still going to celebrate.
People have a problem with June 19th and Juneteenth because they refuse to celebrate Black Americans in the country that they're native to. People are extremely anti-Black and anti-Black American, whether they're melanated or not. They are anti-Black American, and they want a participation trophy for something that they didn't have the lion's share of contributing to, right? Black Americans are the foundation of the United States. And like I said, for the quadrillionth time, if you build a country, you are native to that country. But everybody wants to time travel to the time when Black Americans didn't really necessarily fucking exist so that they can make all these rules. We ain't doing that. It's 2026. We're an ethnic group, a North American ethnic group. We are a group of people. We are a tribe of people. We have our own cultural cuisines. We have everything that you think that we don't have. And y'all are mad about it because we built a first world country. That's why y'all have a stick up your fucking ass. We didn't do nothing fucking to you.
Yo, niggas are
If you want to be
fucking
prioritized
deluded.
and centered culturally in a country, go to the country where you're ethnically
Niggas said
and
we built the
culturally
first world country,
from,
bro. This
where
nigga
you
deluded.
migrated from. Because this is looking like neo-colonialism to me. You're trying to dethrone a group of people.
What'd you say?
So this nigga said we built the first world country, bro. These niggas are delusional.
I'm telling you, man.
Bro, it's like women, bro. They're saying shit.
Yeah, like this all this smoke with white people, like we gonna take on white people. Like the niggas want a war badly with white people. They really do want it, man. They just have no idea how fast and how bloody that thing will be.
Yes, I've heard black people say, "Yo, we need to fight these white people so they can finally respect us." Bro.
White people been respected you niggas. They try to get the fuck on. White flight is respect. Because they could just use the full force of the government and kick you niggas to the curb. The fact that white people will be like, all right, you niggas can have this neighborhood, we'll just move somewhere else. That's respect. That's the biggest respect. We're not gonna kill y'all niggas or incarcerate y'all niggas. We're gonna let you niggas be
Let y'all
ghetto
niggas-
trash, and we're gonna let
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? We're gonna let you do
Let
all
you
that.
have your own. Let you turn your neighborhoods into fucking shanty towns, bro. Go ahead, go have fun, Jamal and Keisha.
Yeah, man. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see what's going on out here. What people are doing, what niggas are doing. That was a good Juneteenth experience. Go ahead.
White people, man. I don't know how y'all do this shit, bro. I don't. I seriously don't, bro. Niggas are fucking irritating that.
They ignore us for the most part, probably. I think the internet made it to where they can't ignore us because, like, they log on and they have to see this shit. I think they would ignore us though, if they could, completely ignore us.
Niggas talking shit all day. No contribution, bro. Like, bro, America would be better without us, bro. Like, literally, bro.
Oh, much better. America would be one of the safest countries in the world. They could boast about that. They could boast about the test scores. The education system would instantly be better because we're holding that down. We're holding that back. The education system.
Yeah, because they have to cater to the lowest common denominator.
Yeah, we hold everything. We fuck everything up. Anything you name it, we gonna mess it up because not out of malice, but just out of like we're not supposed to be sitting on some chair in front of a jury and shit with a bunch of systems going on. We made for the savannah. The savannah. Let's be honest. We're made for the savannah.
Yeah, we're supposed to be somewhere in the jungle, running ass naked, being degenerate, and praying to trees and building mud huts, bro.
Exactly.
HPD is investigating a deadly hit-and-run incident linked to 3 separate scenes. Our Gochi Aloka joins us live from one of them along Antoine near Hollyview with the latest information. Hi, Ugochi.
Yes, Cheryl, HPD officers here on the scene tell me a man was dragged while hanging onto his car all the way here to Hollyview and Antoine. You can see it's still a very active scene. They've got this intersection blocked off as the Vehicular Crimes Unit and homicide detectives are still investigating this area. I want you to take a look at this video. It shows where everything started around 7:45 a.m. this morning here on Sherrington Oak Drive. HPD says a man was working under the hood of his car when someone allegedly stole it. The suspect hopped in the man's car and tried to drive off. HPD says the car owner tried to stop him by hanging onto his car. The suspect then drove away. The car owner was dragged 50 yards to Antoine and Hollyview. HPD found the car owner dead in the street and his car gone. A short time later, we were there when officers found the black SUV at an apartment complex at North Houston Rosslyn. There was no sign of the suspect. He ditched the car and left. One witness who was there when officers found the car owner reacted to this tragedy.
I'm really devastated by it. I started crying. It's right next to Father's Day. This is somebody's son that was working on his car, and the acts of evil have come in to where somebody jacked him for his car and hurt him, you know, ran him over with his own car. So for me, it's heart-wrenching.
Yeah, very, very devastating there. We also spoke to a member of the DA's office who was here on the scene earlier. She says they are still reviewing how all three scenes are connected. We also were told that they are potentially talking to and questioning a person of interest. So that is still on the table right now. We'll find out later if that was in fact.
New at 5:30, the man accused of shooting an Instacart driver in the face will stay behind bars.
Herman Bradford III faced a judge in Osceola County today. And as Fox 35's Hannah McKenzie reports, prosecutors say this was a random attack.
That's what the state is arguing. They say the victim and the suspect didn't know one another. They say the victim was just asleep in this parking lot, awaiting his next pickup order. Shackled at the wrists and ankles, Herman Bradford III blows a kiss to someone in the courtroom as he's led away by deputies. Charged with attempted first-degree murder. A judge ruling Thursday he'll stay behind bars ahead of his trial. The state pushing for that motion.
Judge, there are no conditions of release that will protect the community from this person. He did this completely unprovoked. There is no other explanation for what the defendant did other than him trying to kill this person.
Bradford is accused of shooting an Instacart delivery driver in the face at point-blank range in a random attack. Sergeant Joshua Malkowski says it happened January 10th outside this 24-hour pharmacy point-blank range.
That's a
random attack.
Like
Sergeant Joshua Malkowski says it happened January 10th outside this 24-hour pharmacy as the victim was napping.
He shut his eyes for a little bit just to catch some sleep due to the early morning hours until
Hey, never open them shits back up.
where he was ultimately woken up. His door was open and he observed a black male within his vehicle basically yelling at him.
Bradford was arrested after Malkowski says cell phone records place him in the vicinity at the time of the shooting, and his fingerprint was found on the victim's car. The defense arguing that's all circumstantial.
There is absolutely no eyewitness identification, no ballistics, no physical evidence other than a fingerprint on the outside of the vehicle, which could have been left there by anybody checking up on this person. It does not
But
mean
it matches his.
Bradford will remain in custody until further orders from the court. No word yet on his next court date, but his attorney says he maintains his innocence and will plead not guilty. Also in the courtroom today, Bradford's alleged victim. According to reports, he spent almost a month in the hospital, 3 weeks of which he was unconscious due to a brain bleed. He told me he didn't want to give a comment. In Osceola County, Hannah McKenzie, Fox 35 News.
Jesus Christ. Niggas just randomly kill people. If you listen to guns, they'll be like, yeah, man, you know, these niggas everybody die for a reason in the hood, man. You know, we fighting over money, territory, and drugs, and it's a reason. Like, bro, this shit happens all the time, bro. Niggas just rant. people who never met each other in life, like somebody dies, man.
Mm-hmm. Cross paths with the wrong nigga. Yep.
A deal reached after a mix-up involving in vitro fertilization. We've been following this story for months, ever since a couple filed a lawsuit claiming that their newborn baby was not genetically theirs. West News' Greg Fox explains the details on a custody agreement.
I'm glad parties have reached an agreement while this child is still relatively young.
During a virtual court hearing Monday afternoon, the judge presiding over the civil lawsuit involving an IVF mix-up said she was pleased the couple have reached an agreement with the genetic parents of their daughter to retain full custody.
It is a outstanding outcome to an unfortunate, but also at the same time, blessed event.
The couple alleged in their negligence complaint against IVF Life, doing business as the Fertility Center of Orlando, that there were laboratory clinic errors that led to another woman's embryo being implanted, resulting in the mistaken birth. DNA testing proves the baby girl, born last December 11th, is 100% South Asian. The remaining embryo has been transported to a new clinic with her new care physician. DNA verification of the embryo is expected in 6 weeks, and the plaintiff's attorneys suspect other errors involving other patients at IVF Life.
We may need to get more information from the clinic regarding that patient's history, as well as the rest in the same retrieval group that patient 4 and our clients were in.
The attorneys for IVF Life and clinic doctor Milton McNichol provided no update for the court. Greg Fox, West News.
Again, it'll be roughly 6 weeks before the remaining embryo for this couple is verified to be theirs. If it is not, then this case could move into another gear in the courts.
That's crazy work, man.
The mother of a 1-year-old boy killed in a police-involved shooting in Senatobia is now speaking out. Cohen Wiley was shot Sunday outside a Walmart after MBI says officers responded to a shoplifting call. Investigators say the driver of the car nearly hit an officer before shots were fired, but Cohen's mother says that is not what happened. 1-year-old Cohen Wiley was inside a car outside a Senatobia Walmart when he was shot Sunday. His mother, Valencia Wiley, says she, her son, and a friend were leaving Walmart when police stopped the other woman who was accused of shoplifting. Wiley says she got into the passenger seat of her friend's car while holding her baby.
By the time me and my baby got in the car, she came, and then when we was backing up, they was running out the car. I raised my baby up because they withdrawed their gun. She had no tent. I raised my baby up trying to show them that he was in the car. So she was backing up and she hit a car. As I was opening the door, so the door flew back in. By the time I sat my baby down, it was like 3 to 4 shots.
Wiley says one of those shots hit her son.
One of the shots hit him in his rib cage, and the other shots hit her in her arm and her thigh. And we left and went to Senatobia hospital where he was pronounced dead.
MBI tells us officers tried to stop the 2 women and a child as they left the store and got into a car. MBI says the driver drove toward an officer, nearly hitting them, before at least one officer fired a shot. But Wiley says that is not what happened.
But they tried to say that she forcefully was trying to drive and hit them, but they was all on the right side, and she was driving towards the left. They just personally just shot in the car.
The officer who fired the shot has been placed on administrative leave. That officer has not been publicly identified, and body camera video has not been released. Meanwhile, National Civil Rights Attorney Ben Crump and Attorney Van Turner have announced they are representing Cohen's family.
God, not these two retarded ass niggas. Oh, God.
The shooting also led to a protest Tuesday evening at the Walmart, where Tate County deputies used tear gas to break up the crowd. Valencia says she has not been charged with any crime. Meanwhile, others in the community say the crime doesn't justify the shooting.
They didn't charge me. They ain't charged me with nothing. They just let me go.
But my position is, if she had walked out of there with every pamper in the store, that did not elevate the situation to shooting a gun.
As the Senatobia community awaits answers, there are calls for unity, transparency, and accountability. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is continuing to handle the case. Once the investigation is complete, the findings will be turned over to the Attorney General's office. We will continue to follow this investigation and bring you updates as more information is released.
Yo, big problem. I ain't gonna lie, man. Shit, great.
Thank you for joining us here on ABC 24 Plus. I'm Lauren Sherman. Right now, we understand that there is a rally that is going on in Senatobia, Mississippi, in response to the death of.
So it's just going to be just like any other weekend, man. It's going to be. I think it will make it that protesting over that little baby that got shot. I think that will make that worse because they may use the holiday to get everybody behind that movement. You know what I mean? They could use it like that. They could, like, everybody's going to be off, niggas going to be protesting. People are like, well, what niggas protesting about? And they're going to look into it, 1-year-old baby got shot. Then it's going to be like, yeah, all this other stuff. So,
bro, it's been a lot of niggas dying. I feel like we got some race riots coming soon.
Yeah, look at this shit. Look at these niggas.
We're following breaking news on this Wednesday, June 17th, about 11 days after the Old West End Festival mass shooting in Toledo. Police say they have arrested the second suspect wanted in connection to that shooting. These are breaking details just coming into the newsroom. I want to read to you some things that we're getting from police as we're getting them. Just had an email come in from Toledo Police about the arrest. Let me read to you the update as we have it. Together, we're reading this for the first time. On June 6th, multiple victims at the Old West End Festival shooting were shot. Detectives opened an investigation. Warrants were issued for Kenai Taylor. On June 17th, personnel from Toledo Police, the U.S. Marshals Service, Ohio State Highway Patrol, and the Franklin County Sheriff's Office arrested Taylor in Columbus. Taylor will be returned to Toledo for prosecution. That is the news release that just came in from Toledo Police. Kenai Taylor, 20 years old, arrested in Columbus, taken into custody, and will be back to Toledo to face 11 counts of felonious assault as of now. Those are the charges that he currently faces. The second shooting suspect in the Old West End Festival mass shooting was already in custody. This is LJ Crisp Carr. He's already been in court this week in connection to the 11 felonious assault charges he is facing in connection to the Old West End Festival shooting. Here is the most recent story that we have up about LJ Crisp Carr, arrested on June 11th for that mass shooting. His bail was set at $1.1 million, basically $100,000 per count. Bail was continued, the case continued until June 18th, so he's set to be back in court again tomorrow. Preliminary hearings are set to resume next week. Spokesperson for the county prosecutor's office said that the state requested no bond in that case. He was picked up at a family member's home on Thursday, but So one suspect arrested last week, LJ Chris Carr. Kenai Taylor is the name that we had from basically the early stages of this investigation, that he was wanted in connection to this shooting. He was the first name that police released in this prior mugshot from a prior weapons charge that he was on probation for. LJ Chris Carr and Kenai Taylor are both now in custody, according to authorities, in connection to that Old West End Festival shooting that left 12 people injured and shook up the Toledo community and got too many negative national headlines out of that. LJ Chris Carr and Kenai Taylor both in custody at this hour. That is the news that we were able to report. The update coming from Toledo Police just moments ago that Toledo Police, U.S. Marshal Service, Ohio State Highway Patrol, and the Franklin County.
Jesus Christ, man.
Thank you, man.
Oh my God. Everywhere you look, there's niggas doing the crime, man.
We continue following breaking news that we first brought you today at noon. The second suspect in the Old West End shooting, 20-year-old Kenai Taylor. He was arrested in Columbus this morning by a joint task force. And Michael Sandlin joins us in studio with everything that we know at this hour. So this now means that both suspects are in custody?
Yeah, that's right, Jeff. Days before the arrest of Taylor, the first suspect, LJ Chris Carr, was already behind bars on the 11th. Police tell us both men were attempting to shoot at each other when they opened fire at the Old West End Festival, hitting 12. Now they're both facing 11 charges of felonious assault. The news that both shooters are now in custody has spread like wildfire in the Old West End. When I was in the neighborhood earlier today, many told me they were not only already aware, they've been celebrating. Now just hoping justice doesn't waver when it's time for sentencing.
I saw people posting today, that they've been caught, and several neighbors were giving it a thumbs up. Hallelujah. I'm glad they're caught, because as I said, we just want to see them held accountable for what they did.
Now, Chris Carr is scheduled to be back in court on June 22nd, and our sister station in Columbus is now reporting Taylor is going to be in Franklin County Municipal Court tomorrow at 9 a.m. for a holder arraignment. Also, in a statement released just minutes ago, Toledo's Mayor Wade Kapsakavich is now highlighting an event safety plan he's brought before council. We'll have more details coming up tonight at 6. In studio, I'm Michael Sandlin for WTOL 11.
Good afternoon. Welcome into your News 19 at 4. I'm Greg Screws. Lauren is on assignment. A major update in the kidnapping case of missing Huntsville realtor Ronald Dumois Jr., who was last seen in December of 2024, leaving a Huntsville liquor store. Police tell us Dumois was abducted. Investigators named 5 suspects in the case in February of 2025. Today, one of those suspects, who had been on the run for more than a year, was brought in police custody in Michigan. News 19's Nikki Marker joins us in the studio. So, Nikki, you've been on top of this since the beginning. The family says they found out about the arrest from Huntsville authorities this morning.
That's exactly right, Greg. Huntsville police say that Teray McLaurin was located and brought into police custody around 5 a.m. in Lansing, Michigan this morning. He was booked into the Ingham County Jail around 11 a.m. this morning, according to Huntsville Police Sergeant Chris Jackson. McLaurin, along with suspects Quintarius White and Kiera Clark, are in police custody. Authorities are still searching for 2 others, Sabrina Chambers and Carissa Cash. McLaurin is charged with first-degree kidnapping in the disappearance of Ronald Dumois Jr. Police say he was arrested as part of a multi-agency operation that included U.S. Marshals, a Michigan Special Operations Group, and local police in Michigan. Troy Stiles, the Dumas family representative, says they expect McLaurin to have an arraignment in Michigan and then a hearing about his extradition. He says bringing another suspect into custody gives the family restored hope and getting some closure. Bringing McLaurin back to Madison County is the first step in that process.
We feel strongly that Teray knows the whole story. So hopefully once he gets in Huntsville, detectives here will have their turn with him. And hopefully this will lead to more information, hopefully to finding Ronnie.
Now, Stiles says that they were not necessarily surprised to hear that McLaurin was picked up in Michigan. He says they've seen Michigan ties throughout the course of this investigation, and they have reason to believe that McLaurin has family in the state. Now, Huntsville police say that they will be working with the Madison County District Attorney's Office to have McLaurin brought back to Madison County. Greg.
Why y'all niggas just can't stop committing crime? God damn.
Interesting weekend, man. Let's see.
The arrest of a Pritchard police officer has thrown dozens of criminal cases under a microscope. One local family wonders if their search for justice has been delayed because of this officer.
WKRG News 5's Kate Sherman joins us now after speaking with the family. Kate.
8 years. That's how long they've been waiting for justice. And this week, they've learned the detective of their case is being accused of being a dirty cop. For the family of Cornelius Cunningham, the arrest of a Pritchard police officer this week brings back difficult memories.
We would barbecue at home and we would go to games. We did all kinds of stuff. And for that to be taken away from us, it's not right. It's not fair.
Cunningham was shot and killed in Pritchard in February of 2018. The lead detective on the case, Emmanuel Dodge, who's now in custody, accused of concealing evidence and helping criminals avoid prosecution.
I wonder, is this why we have not heard anything or received any type of justice about his murder, his case? Because if you would do that to somebody else, what makes us any different?
Because of the federal investigation into Dodge, the Mobile County Sheriff's Office has taken over law enforcement in Pritchard. One issue deputies have already uncovered: a chaotic evidence collection.
When I say the property room, there's evidence scattered throughout the entire building, basically. And everything's in disarray. And it was shocking to see the condition that it was in.
Sheriff Paul Birch says deputies found sexual assault kits stored on the floor of an old jail cell that wasn't climate controlled, conditions that can destroy those kits. They also found weapons scattered across different rooms, unorganized.
They're just all piled on top of one another, scattered throughout the building. And some have labels on them, some don't. We don't know what what they're supposed to go with case-wise.
The district attorney's office is still working to determine how many criminal cases have been compromised under Dodge, but the early estimate is in the millions.
I feel like every case this man had, it needs to come out. People need
Look at these bitches.
People need
justice.
Dodge is due back in federal court tomorrow. Even before his arrest, he was already on administrative leave over an unrelated and undisclosed matter. In the studio, Kate Sherman, WKRG News 5.
Other big story at 5:30, how old is too old for the death penalty? That's the debate taking shape across Florida today.
It comes as this man, 74-year-old Dusty Ray Spencer, is scheduled to be put to death 1 week from today. Fox 35's Matt Trezza is joining us live now from Orange County. So Matt, he will be the oldest inmate to ever be executed here in the state of Florida.
Yeah, this happened a long time ago. This is the old Orange County Courthouse, now the Orange County Regional History Center, and this is the place where in 1992, Dusty Spencer was convicted of the brutal murder of his wife.
What we're talking about is the execution of the oldest person to ever be executed in Florida. The oldest person to ever be executed in the state of Florida.
Death penalty opponents say Florida's prisons are not an ideal place to grow old. 74-year-old Dusty Ray Spencer has been on death row for 3 decades. Today, activists were speaking, saying he should not be put to death.
Ultimately, he committed a horrible crime and, has certainly paid a steep price for the crime that he has committed. I mean, he's been in prison for, over 30 years.
In 1992, a jury convicted Spencer of murdering his wife, Karen, and sentenced him to death. Over the years, Spencer has filed multiple appeals and post-conviction challenges, all unsuccessful. On May 26th, Governor DeSantis signed Spencer's death warrant. A retired investigator on the case says it's justified.
I'd like to see him executed. He did bad things to his wife. And I think he deserves the punishment that's waiting for him.
Legal experts say keeping a prisoner on death row is an extra cost to taxpayers. The nonprofit Death Penalty Information Center says in Florida, death row prisoners cost twice what general population inmates do.
The costs associated with capital punishment, death penalty, significantly exceed the costs that would relate if someone were imprisoned over time or for life.
FSU professor Mark Schlackman says cost is part of the reason many states have done away with the death penalty.
The number of states that currently authorize capital punishment or the death penalty, it's been diminishing.
The arrest of a Pritchard police
Tonight, an Indianapolis man is charged with reckless homicide and leaving the scene of a deadly crash after a fatal hit and run on Indy's northeast side.
Fox 59's Jesse Wells spoke with the victim's family about the charges and explains what led to the death.
According to court records, the victim was walking north here on German Church Road when she was hit from behind by a driver who crossed over the center line and was driving on the wrong side of the road, causing the fatal crash. The victim's family just hopes that suspect is held accountable for his reckless decision.
On a Monday afternoon in early May, police were called here to German Church Road, where a 58-year-old woman was killed after being hit by a driver who fled the scene. That victim, Annie Torres, had likely been dead for close to 36 hours before being discovered by her family.
I had her with me my whole life. That's my big sister.
Annie's sister and niece tell me she often walked to work at this Walmart along Pendleton Pike. This small memorial has now been set up along German Church by one of Annie's co-workers.
It's nice to be able to see how many people truly cared for her, not just family, out of blood, but her co-workers, her friends, everybody.
Prosecutors claim car parts belonging to a blue Cadillac were found at the scene, and police used license plate readers to track down that damaged car. According to this affidavit, an arrest warrant has now been issued for 24-year-old Jalen Donahue after police found the damaged Cadillac in his garage. Although the suspect refused to take responsibility, police believe Donahue was trying to pass a Jeep and was driving north in the southbound lane at the time of the collision.
I know it can be difficult a lot of times to step forward and say you messed up, But that's the first step. It's got, to healing for everybody.
IMPD also claims cell phone records placed Donahue near the scene of the crash. Annie's family just hopes her death reminds everyone to be careful behind the wheel.
Just take a moment to pay attention,
The people that run from the situation without taking accountability, we've got to be responsible. It's disappointing more than anything.
Finally, once the warrant is served, the suspect will temporarily be held without bond pending an initial hearing. Jesse Wells, Fox 59 News.
Jesse, thank you.
a Reginald Steed.
A Channel 2 Action News exclusive now. A former sheriff's deputy, now serving time, admits having sex with a woman while he was on duty. He violated policy, but claims he did not commit a crime. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie interviewed him in Covington after a hearing where his lawyer was fighting to get the conviction reversed.
Defense lawyer Jackie the Fly Lawyer Patterson, and he says that is his legal name, says Newton County Sheriff Ezell Brown did the right thing when he fired now former Deputy George Ramming, whom we interviewed, but Patterson says he was back in court because Ramming should not be in prison.
I took her to the Circle K, got some food for her and drink for her, and then we left there, we talked, we went to her place, and we engaged in consensual sex, and then I dropped her back off at the store, and I went back to work.
It is elementary that you cannot be convicted of something that you were not charged with.
Was that the right thing to do? To have sex with somebody while you're on duty?
No, sir.
The state asked that the court deny the motion for your trial.
How many times have you replayed what happened?
1,000 times, probably in my mind.
Former Newton County deputy, now state prisoner, George Ramming, says he has a lot of hope riding on the hearing that concluded just before our interview. But he remembers at the end of his trial in May, hearing the jury verdict, the not guilties on the first 3 counts, rape, sexual contact by employee or agent in the first degree, and 1 count of violation of oath by public officer. But then 3 guilty verdicts on 3 counts of violation of oath.
When I heard guilty, it just tore my heart apart.
Ramming says he admits having sex with a woman he picked up as she walked along a road while he was on duty as a Newton County deputy in uniform was bad, but he maintains it was not a crime.
I should be fired, as they did.
We respect the jury's verdict in this case.
District Attorney Randy McGinley says the alleged victim maintained the sex was against her will.
Her prior statements and her testimony under oath in court were that this was non-consensual and forcible.
The jury did not agree.
They returned a verdict just finding him guilty of 3 counts of violation of oath of office.
This man should not be in prison. Even though his conduct was absolutely horrendous, that does not make him guilty of these crimes.
Ramming's lawyer, Jackie the Fly Lawyer Patterson, says Judge Shavina McCamey sentenced Ramming basically to 7 years in prison plus 8 years probation. But he was back before the judge trying to get the 3 guilty counts tossed. Patterson says the oath the indictment described was not the oath Ramming actually took.
The government indicted him on a different oath. Therefore, the evidence is insufficient.
Our argument is that the indictment is broadly and generally worded, not very specific, didn't quote the exact oath. And in my view, under the law, that is sufficient.
I will take all this under advisement and issue an order as soon as possible. I have faith in the system.
D.A. McGinley says a handwritten statement I found in court files is from the alleged victim's mom, saying of the defendant, he did not deceive me or my family or friends, and nor did he deceive the Lord. Defense lawyer Patterson says he's also raised other issues besides the content of the oath. Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
Well,
A Valley CEO is in big trouble. He's accused of embezzling money from his company and then giving expensive gifts to his escort girlfriend. Brian Webb has more from Mesa.
The CyberDive company has run out of a complex in Mesa, but it is barely hanging on tonight after the CEO allegedly took off with all the money to spend on his best gal. Not his wife in Paradise Valley, but an escort in Miami. CyberDive is a Valley startup selling child safety smartphones so parents can monitor their children. But red flags first popped up on February 13th with strange calls coming into the office. Derek Jackson is a CyberDive co-founder.
And they mentioned to me something about getting routing documentation for funds from an acquisition deal. They said, where are those documents? He said he was going to send them at 3 p.m. today. And my response was, what deal are you talking about?
This is former CEO Jeffrey Gottfirst. He's facing federal embezzlement charges tonight, accused of lying and doctoring documents to trick investors and then running off with at least $1.5 million. And this is Jeff on the company Facebook page, claiming to be the first rheumatoid arthritis sufferer to scale Mount Everest. Court documents show Gottfirst used the money to buy his escort girlfriend a Lamborghini, a 4-bedroom house in Miami, and diamond ring. This is her on TikTok. We're hiding her identity because she hasn't been charged with a crime.
So he purchased the house for her, and it's pretty clear.
And the car and the ring, oh, that's legit too? Do
Yes.
we know? Okay.
Yeah.
So it gets deep.
It gets pretty deep.
No one answered the door at Gottfirst's Paradise Valley home that he shares with his wife and 3 children. Court paperwork shows she's seeking a divorce and helped turn her husband into authorities.
It's a huge gut punch. I think it's been challenging to stay motivated to keep the company going because when this happened, Jeff drained the account to zero.
Back at CyberDive headquarters, half of the workforce was let go. Derek is now interim CEO, looking for new investors to keep the lights on and coming to grips with the loss of a partner and friend.
I was in the Army. I was an intelligence officer. I was targeting people in ISIS. I don't even hate terrorists as much as I hate Jeff right now.
Derek says the total amount of money missing is closer to $4 million. Gottfirst was also arrested in Scottsdale last May on domestic violence charges and is behind bars tonight on a $250,000 bond. In Mesa, I'm Brian Webb, Fox 10 News.
Salute to everybody out there, man. We want to come back tomorrow, man. We'll have a great show tomorrow. Nick Tap. Okay, he's gone. Salute to everybody, man, out there, man. I'm obviously running on fumes, man. I'm running on fumes. I did a live stream on Oc Nation TV today. Yeah, I did several live streams on that channel this week, and I'm doing live streams on here every night. I'm running on fumes, man. I gotta get me some sleep, man. Salute to all you people out there, man. All you good people out there that sponsored the show, man. I want to give y'all a better show, man. I want to get some rest. I give y'all a better show. Tomorrow. Friday, man. We're gonna see what happens on Friday, man. What's going on in the world, man. Same black time, same black channel. I'm out of here. Peace.